Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failure, and we are really going to nerd out in this video. I'm here at the lowest minigame in Dimension 3 of Blast Off Simulator, and this video is a way too detailed look at how to get a few gems more than you're supposed to in this particular minigame. All of the other minigames here in Dimension 3 give 130 gems when you complete them, except for the minigame with the number codes, which has two separate chests, each of which contain 130 gems. So it stands to reason that this gem pushing minigame should also award you 130 gems when you complete it. In this minigame, you push gems into a hole in the middle of the island. The red gems are worth 5. You can see I'm pushing one of these right here. If you take a look at the gem total on the left-hand side of the screen, currently 11,525. That's going to go up by 5. Right there, 11,530. And then the green one here is worth 6. And then the blue ones are worth 7. And finally, the pink ones are worth 10. When you start this minigame, you are allotted 130 gems that you can collect by pushing them into the hole. Each time you push a gem into the hole, your gems remaining total decreases by the value of that gem, and your gems collected total on the left-hand side goes up by that same value. So here we go, 96 gems left. I push in another 10, 86 gems left, and of course the corresponding gems that get subtracted from the gems left number get added to that total gems collected in the middle left of the screen. All right, so you start this minigame with 130 gems that you can get, and eventually you get down to 0 gems remaining. And once you get to that point, you can continue to push gems into the hole, but you don't get any more gems added to your gems collected total on the left-hand side of the screen. However, something surprising happened for me when I completed this minigame for the very first time, and in fact, that's this footage that you're watching is my very first time playing this minigame. Had never looked anything up about it, didn't know anything about the rules. So I'm going to double speed this part of the clip until we get to the very end. And like I said, something surprising happened as I was playing this game the very first time. So here we go, pushing a couple blues in here. Currently, let's see, so that one brings us to 10 gems left. Remember, the blues are worth 7, so we're going to push this in. We're going to have 3 gems left. 7 gems get added to the left-hand side of the screen. And then the final gem I'm going to push in the hole is green. Green is worth 6. So look at the left-hand side. I only have 3 gems available to me, so I'm expecting to only get 3 gems added on the left-hand side, but it actually went up by 6 gems, the actual value of a full green. And instead of saying 0 gems left, it said -3 gems left. And so I realized that I had an opportunity to get more gems than the 130. In fact, if you look at the beginning of this very clip, you'll see that I had 11,512 gems to start. And at the end of that clip, the end of that attempt, I was 133 gems higher, not just 130 gems higher. So as we watch this totally different attempt, I will share that if you want to get the absolute max number of gems in this minigame, you need to get to a place where you have exactly 1 gem left, and then you need to push a pink gem into the hole as your final gem. Pink is worth 10, it's the most valuable one out there, which means since you start with 1 gem left in this idealized scenario, you push a 10 in there, you'll end up with 9 extra gems, 9 above the 130 that you're expecting to get. Said another way, it's possible to get a maximum of 139 gems from this minigame instead of the normal 130. So I'll repeat the strategy. You need to get to 1 gem left, and then you need to push a pink gem into the hole as your final gem. If you do anything other than what I just said, push a pink one in with 1 gem left as your final gem, then you will end up with less than 139 gems, and my goodness gang, that would be tragic. For example, if you are down to 6 gems remaining, you can push a red gem. Remember, red is worth 5. You have 6 remaining, you push a red into the hole, you'll go from the 6 down to our goal of 1 gem remaining. And if you find yourself with 8 gems remaining instead, you can push a blue 7 pointer into the hole. That will bring you down to our goal of 1 gem remaining. So the main goal, get to 1 gem remaining, then push in a pink. But if you get to a point where you have 9 gems remaining, then it isn't possible to get down to 1 gem remaining. You just can't get from 9 down to 1 using 5s and 6s and 7s. Likewise, if you have 10 gems remaining, then it isn't possible to get down to 1 gem remaining. As an aside, I'll point out that 10 is the largest such number. I have crafted a strategy that is easy to implement and which guarantees you'll be able to get down to 1 gem remaining, and I'm going to detail that strategy now. Step 1, push any combination of gems into the hole until you are down to 20 or fewer gems remaining. So right now I'm at 30. I'm just going to keep pushing gems into the hole, not even paying attention to the color or anything like that. I don't pay attention until I get to 20 or less. So if you are at 20, then you pay attention. If you're at 19, you pay attention. If you're at 18, you pay attention, all the way down to 11 gems. 11 gems is fine. Any number from 20 to 11 is when you start paying attention. Okay, so let's see what this brings us to. We push in a blue 7, Brings us down to 17. So this is finally where we pay attention. Now you'll look at the chart that I have typed up for you conveniently down at the bottom of the description to this video. And I look up the number 17, which is how many gems I have remaining in this case. And in my little chart, it says when you have 17 left, you push in a red, and a green in any order. Red, green. So that's what we're going to do. And that will bring us down from 17 to 1. Let me keep reading about step 1, though, while my character sits here motionless looking at the chart. Okay, so another thing about this getting down to 11 and 20 inclusive is that you don't even need to like do anything special to make sure you hit some number between 11 and 20. No matter what order you push these gems into the hole, you will eventually end up with one number between 11 and 20. You might have multiple times between 11 and 20, but anyway, you'll definitely hit a number between 11 and 20. As I said, my chart said with 17 left, you push 2 reds and then a green. So here comes a green. And again, the order doesn't matter. You could do a green and then 2 reds, or you could do a red and then a green and a red. Doesn't matter. Addition is commutative, as the kids say. And here we go, down to 1 gems left. Fantastic. And then we look around for a pink. Pink is the rarest one. I don't happen to see a pink in this particular playthrough. I guess I should have paid attention to my other note here. As you're pushing gems into the hole during this step, you can push pink ones in along the way, but be sure to leave one pink one for later. You can't get all 9 of those tasty bonus gems unless you have a pink gem available at the end. And pink gems spawn somewhat rarely, so again, make sure you leave one pink gem for the end. Okay, step 2, like I mentioned, if you are between 11 and 20 gems remaining, inclusive, 11 is good, 20 is good, any number 11 to 20, including those 2 endpoints. You need to be very selective about which gems you push into the hole. If you aren't careful, you can get to a point where getting down to 1 gem remaining is impossible. For example, if you're at 14 gems remaining and you push a red 5-pointer in, you go from 14 down to 9. And as we said, we can't get from 9 down to the goal of 1. So when you get to a number between 11 and 20, you pause the game, you look at the chart in the video description below, you find your number of remaining gems in the chart, like I had 17 gems left in this particular attempt, and then you push those corresponding gems from the chart into the hole. 2 reds and a green, according to my chart, if you have 17 remaining. So I won't read the whole chart here on the video, but again, just read it down below for yourself when you're playing this game. But for example, in the chart, it says if you get to a place where you have 20 gems remaining, you push in a red and 2 blues. That'll get you down to 1 gem remaining. That's the goal. If you have 19 gems remaining, you push 3 greens in. If you have 18 gems remaining, you push in 2 reds and a blue, etc. So step 3, desperately looking for any pink. That's why my character was just sitting there. And then I got these 2 clowns who don't understand the stakes of me pushing a pink gem in so I can get that -9. Oh, tasty gems left. So in that particular playthrough, I ended up with 139 gems. Owned it. Owned it. That is fabulous. So here's a completely new attempt, and we're going to have a pop quiz momentarily. Get ready to pause the video. 13 gems left. Pause the video now, look at the chart, and figure out what in the heck you're supposed to do when you have 13 gems left. Okay, hopefully you paused and figured things out. I won't reveal the answer. We'll just have to watch and wait. But just to be complete, I will again share step 3. Now that you have exactly 1 gem remaining, carefully push a pink gem into the hole. I say carefully because you want to make sure you don't accidentally push another gem into the hole while you're trying to push the final pink gem into the hole. I had some close calls in my attempt to get maximum gems in this game. Okay, so hopefully you have passed the pop quiz. If you have 13 gems remaining, you push 2 greens in. I had this like abundance of pinks. I don't know why I went to this one in particular. I could put any of them in. There was like 8 of them over there. It's crazy talk. Okay, -9 gems remaining. That means we win. Good job, team. Okay, brand new attempt. Another pop quiz coming, so get ready to pause the video once we see how many gems we have remaining. And while we do this, I'll just share the summary of this whole thing. All right, so pause the video here. 20 gems left. Pause and come back once you figure out which gems we're supposed to push in. And if we're back, I'll just give the summary. Like I said, you are supposed to push any gems into this hole until you get to a number between 11 and 20 gems remaining, inclusive of both of those numbers. Then you follow my chart in the video description below in order to figure out which gems to push in to get down to 1 gem remaining. And then you carefully push a pink gem in and bask in the 9 bonus gems that you just stole from the game. Fabulous. Okay, so while we see the results of this pop quiz, let me give you a really mathy side note. In my table below, I've demonstrated that if you start with any integer from 11 to 20 inclusive, then you can chip away at that integer using gems worth 5, 6, and 7 in order to get to a place where you have only one gem remaining. This kind of problem has come up in several different contexts in the history of mathematics, and it's actually been studied quite extensively. This kind of problem is known by a few different names. I first saw it called the chicken McNugget problem. I've also seen it called the coin problem. It's also known as the Frobenius problem. And despite all the work that has gone into studying this class of problem, there are still aspects of it that remain unsolved. If you're interested in learning more, I've included a link in the description below. So one final pop quiz as we push this pink one in, getting us to a number between 11 and 20. 13 gems remaining. Pause the video, look it up, figure out what we're supposed to do. And I will conclude this video by saying if you do all 20 of your rank ups here in Dimension 3 and you collect those extra 9 gems every single time, then you will end up with an extra 189 gems from doing this minigame 21 times in all. You can do it for each rank up, and then you can do it one final time after you're at rank 20. So 189 extra gems that you weren't supposed to get. Don't spend them all in one place. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.